peoples? It's your boy E here, man. And look, man, you know, it gets to a point to where nowadays it's like you have to be willing to cut a motherfucker smooth off. And your cutoff game has to be very, let's just say, strong. Because you have to be able to let a motherfucker fly in the wind when they bringing some bullshit to you. You know what I'm saying? It don't even matter if that motherfucker's is super close to you. You know, sometimes you gotta let that close ass motherfucker have all the distance in the world. Let that motherfucker be overseas somewhere when it comes to how far you, in your mind, mentally, you want them to be out of your presence. Because see, the thing is, man, we live in a world full of people who don't mind using you for your resources. And, you know, the typical cliche thing that people think about when they say resources would be them saying, like, okay, they trying to use you for your money. Okay, they trying to use you because you got a business now. Oh, they trying to use you because you know certain people in certain places that do this, they might do that. You know what I'm saying? All that is a part of it. But that's not the main reason I'm speaking of. I'm speaking of your resources, of your energy. Your time and your energy. Motherfuckers don't mind wasting your time and using up your energy. You know? Because as you know, as a lot of us know, we live in a world full of narcissists. And the narcissist treats your energy like it's something that they need to live, to survive. Almost like how a vampire needs to feed on blood and drain a person. That's exactly how a narcissist treats your energy. And your energy happens to be very valuable to them. It's the reason why they thrive. It's the reason why they are able to, you know, continue in this life as smooth as they have been doing it. You know, well, let's not say smooth. Let's just say as graceful as they've been doing it. Mainly because, you know what I'm saying, they have been coasting and riding other people's wave of energy. And they look for a person who is just willing to allow them to be in their presence, to use them for their resource. Because like I say, that's a very valuable resource when it comes to these people. And unfortunately, the world is full of them. And a lot of them look just like you and me. A lot of them look like doctors. A lot of them look like cops. A lot of them look like lawyers, look like teachers. A lot of them look like cab drivers. A lot of them look like anybody out here, man. There's a narcissist in any one of these people. And these are people that you wouldn't even think that they're like that until you've spent enough time around them. You know, and like I say, when you realize certain things about people, you know, your cutoff game has to be on point. You have to be able to just let a motherfucker fly in the wind and not think about it. Like, I ain't gonna lie, it's like your cutoff game almost has to be second nature at some point in time. It's almost like you have to be used to getting a motherfucker the fuck out your face. Like, okay, you was here, now you're gone. How about that? Well, next. You know what I'm saying? You have to like kind of treat it like that, because it's almost like if you don't, you're gonna have a tie connected to you, to this person, and you might get hoovered back into this person's arm. You know what I'm saying? And see, the thing about dealing with a narcissist, man, see, a lot of times, you know, your energy is being drained when you are around this person. And if you ever been drained before, you know that it's not a good feeling. Trust me, I've been there. I've dealt with a few of those in my time. And so I know how bad it feels to be drained like a raisin from a motherfucking person. And then have to work so hard to heal and rejuvenate yourself to be back this grape full of juice. You know? it takes you a while to get back to where you need to be. And it's not easy being around a person like that, because a person like that doesn't mind keeping you in a loop. See, people like that, they tend to want to put you in limbo, a place where your reality is altered. You're like in an altered reality, and you don't know left from right. You don't know what's real and what's not. You are overthinking. You are always everything's running in your mind. If this true, if this not, it's like you're going back and forth against yourself, and it's only tearing you apart because of this motherfucker that wants to be in your presence for your resources, you know. And like I say, your energy is valuable resources. I'm not saying that you don't have a business, you don't have money, you don't have this, because you could have all of that, or your shit could just your shit could be coming off the ground, and yes, motherfuckers definitely want to use you for that, the material, monetary things, you know. Of course, that's what they want to do too, but as well, you understand, if you ain't got none of that, guess what? Your energy is probably more valuable than that shit. Your energy is valuable than those monetary things, because your energy gives this motherfucking person life. They are tap dancing and jogging and doing fucking jumping jacks off of your energy, man. That's how much you power a motherfucker up whenever they trying to steal your energy. You know what I'm saying? They just have so much life in them, why the life is just sucked the fuck out of you. And that is one of the main reasons why I even speak about this, because for a person who's been through that, once you've been through some shit like that and you come the fuck out of that shit, you don't want to go back into that shit. So guess what? You learn that, hey, I gotta cut a motherfucker off. That's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? You ain't good for me. If there's things about you that I sense about you that I can't deal with, I can't fuck with, then I gotta cut you off. Now, don't get it twisted. I'm not talking about every damn thing about a person, because everybody have things about them that might irritate another person, that might make you feel like, oh, shut the fuck up or something. But everybody has a personality, and if you can't accept a person for who they is, whether they get on your nerves or not, or whether they just like a little this, a little that, whatever, you know, then that's just you know, not accepting that person for who they are, or maybe not liking that person for who they are. That's okay too. Shit. Just let me know so we can move the fuck on. But that ain't what I'm talking about. I'm talking about, you know, a person that has qualities about them that you realize that you don't want to be around a person who has those qualities, that you don't want to deal with, because you've dealt with it before. You know, like I say, everybody has something about them that irritates us, you know what I'm saying? Guess what? I can get over that, because guess what? You are, as long as I know that you are a real person and you are genuine with whoever you are, I can deal with that. You know what I'm saying? But I can't deal with no old person that be showing me all type of attributes about themselves, like somebody who likes to lie a lot. Like, yo, motherfuckers just be lying for any damn type of reason. Like, it's like, motherfuckers, you don't even have to lie about this and you're lying. What the fuck are you lying for? You know what I'm saying? Or, you know, motherfuckers that, you know, like to argue with you a lot. Motherfuckers that like to talk about everybody else and talk about how everybody else doing this and doing that, and they ain't speaking nothing about what they doing, knowing they probably got a whole bunch of skeletons in their motherfucking closet. You know, those the people I be talking about, like people that I can't deal with no more, because I know what the consequences of dealing with that person is, based off of the things I've already been through. And when you have these type of things that you go through, man, you gonna learn that, man, motherfuckers gotta go. And then once you kick motherfuckers out your life and you move on, you realize how much better you feel in your life after you done got rid of this motherfucker, right? So after that, you tend to not want to go back to the same things that you used to, because guess what? You realize how much better it was without that shit. So if anybody brings that shit to you again, you gonna recognize it for what the fuck it is, and you gonna move the fuck on. You gonna be ready to kick a motherfucker out your life. And that is exactly where you need to be in your mind state as far as cutting people loose. Let that motherfucker go. Cut off game on 1,000, a thou wow. You know what I'm saying? Like fuck, man, fuck all that shit motherfuckers want you to deal with. And people might say, hey, well, why are you giving up on this like so easy? Motherfucker, yeah, I got reasons. You know what I'm saying? When you exhibiting some of the things that I see, you know what I'm saying, that I've seen before and that I don't want to deal with again, you know, I've dealt with it before, so I know what that looks like. You know, even if I tell you what the fuck the problem is, you know what I'm saying? See, motherfuckers be wanting you to tell them what the problem is too, so they can work on it, but then at the same time do the shit again. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers will work on it. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I was with somebody who tried to work on the things that I complained about or that I talked about, but then did it again. And like, motherfuckers is just stalling for time. Some motherfuckers they be stalling for time, for real, just to keep themselves in your presence for as long as possible. You feel me? But like I say, man, you know, you go through enough shit, it gets to a point to where I'm not dealing with that shit no more. And guess what? Chop, chop. You got to go. That cord is cut. Fly off. Kick rocks. Hit the corner. Whatever type of phrase you want to use, that means get the fuck out of my face. Peace. I'm done with you. So I'm just shooting this at y'all because, like I say, man, this is the times we living in. We living in times where, man, you gonna have to cut a motherfucker loose. Even if that means that motherfucker is super close to you. I don't know what kind of message I got, but anyways, even if that motherfucker is super close to you, if they was the closest to you, man, I already had to just do this same thing to somebody I allowed to be close to me. You know, but like I say, man, cutoff game need to be on swole. You need to be swole when it comes down to your cutout. I ain't gonna lie. People gave you many reasons why you should be this way, man. People gave you many reasons why you should be this way, and it's not your fault that you feel like you have to be this way. Ain't nothing wrong with you being that way. You've learned. You've had enough things show you why, and it is what it is. You feel me? But anyways, with that being said, I just wanted to shoot that, man. Something hit my mind. I said, man, let me talk about this real quick because maybe somebody might need to hear it, you know what I'm saying? And if you do, you know what I'm saying, by all means, I hope that it serves you in the best way possible, that you got to hear this. And, you know, maybe you do know this, and we just revisiting this thing if that's the case. But anyway, with that being said, man, I am out, and don't forget to like the video, alright? Peace.